get in line behind me. Maybe LA is right. Maybe you guys should concentrate on being a tag team because I like Jey Uso. I don't like Little Roman. So Jey goes after him. Jimmy gets between them. Punk shoves Jimmy aside, gives Jey a cheap shot. Jimmy is pissed. He gives Punk a super kick. And yes, a four-way feud with four baby faces who are all assholes. It is certainly different.
Yeah. Which
is good to do different every now and then.
Yeah. But I mean, the thing is like his baby faces are always like that. You know, they're not. I mean, do they have any real like squeaky clean baby faces?
John Cena.
Yeah, but he just went heel.
Jey Uso before this.
Jey Uso certainly not. Absolutely not.
He was before this started.
No, he was booed against LA Knight just a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, just a couple of weeks ago. But until they started this storyline where all the baby faces are fighting,
he was
quite squeaky clean.
Squeaky.
Well, I mean, from Royal Rumble to WrestleMania.
He wasn't. I mean,
and after that, yes, a baby face.
A baby face is not scared. A baby face is not going through mental issues. No.
What are you talking about?
The whole build to
he had a mountain to climb, and he overcame it. That's a total babyface story.
They did. No, he wasn't. No, he was doubting himself, and he was.
A babyface can't doubt themselves.
The babyface is supposed to be the heroic guy that doesn't doubt themselves. No, not a guy on top in a championship situation. He was not booked like a squeaky clean babyface whatsoever at all. I mean, and then at the end, you know, he's got the total edge. Everyone's got to have an edge. I don't think that they believe in that type of babyface. I mean, Punk is like a babyface, super babyface, but he has to have an edge, or else he can't be CM Punk. LA Knight has to have an edge. He can't be LA Knight. I mean, without it, those characters the way they are, and Jey, you know, in that mix, you know, he can't either. You know, so that's the deal.
We had Io versus Kyrie, which was a good match, with the exception of Kyrie goddamn near killing her with an Alabama slam on the corner of the ring apron.
Yeah,
I have no idea how Io survived that. And place is going nuts there at the end when Io makes her big comeback. And finally, as she goes up top for the elbow, waits too long, Io gets the feet up, goes for the moonsault. Asuka hits the apron. Io avoids her. They start getting a fight right in front of the referee. This is not a DQ. And then Kyrie rolls her up. Asuka grabs her hands for leverage and gets the pin. So Kyrie wins, but she's sad about it. But Asuka demands that she hit Io with the back fist, and then they hit a combo insane elbow and lay her out. So
yeah, the story is Rhea Ripley was in Australia doing media work, so she wasn't there.
We got part 2 of the Cody versus Seth video package.
It was well done, really well done.
These are very well done, yes.
Yeah, I liked it a lot.
And then Becky is complaining. She's ranting and raving backstage about her loss, and Seth is completely ignoring her. And finally, she storms off. And after she leaves, Seth says, "Paul, we got to talk. I got to win." And Paul says, "Well, you're going to win." Seth says, "Well, what if I don't win?" And Paul says, "What do you mean, what if you don't win?" Seth says, "What if I don't beat him?" Paul says, "It's impossible." Seth says, "You're not hearing me. What happens if I lose?" Paul says, "You're not going to lose." And so Seth finally starts getting angry. He says, it's not an impossibility. What happens if I lose? And Paul says, "If you lose the locker room, the faith of Braun and Bronson, your vision, the one that leads into the future. You throw away everything we've built. You're nothing more to history than a wannabe secondary champion. So do yourself a favor and don't lose." So Seth grabs him and says, "I notice you left someone out of that equation, yourself. So tell me what happens if I lose." Paul says, "Don't worry, I'm your secret weapon." And Seth says, "I asked you a straight question. I want a straight answer." So Paul says, "If you lose, at some point I have to ask myself why I picked you. Why did I pick you over Roman Reigns?" And he storms off, and now Seth is really angry. So Seth is clearly winning this match.
That's what I got out of it. I thought Seth was winning too.
Yeah.
Probably because he's got help. You know, it's an easy win, right? Where you have enough interference that Cody can save face.
Jay's complaining to Roman about getting punched in the face, and Jimmy walks up, and Jay starts to yell at him. He says, I'm trying to win a world title, but you got us a tag match. Are you protecting Punk? You better be on my side tonight. And he storms off. And Roman ends up walking up. And he says, Roman, I hear and see everything as well. And I see you pulling the strings. You got this guy thinking a certain way. And he's not happy about this. And Roman says, I know you're not hearing me right now, but you should listen to this. When your brother won that title, it became more like me and less like you. If you really want to help your brother, sometimes you just got to get out of his way. And he leaves. So that leads us to Judgment Day versus Penta, AJ, and Dragon Lee. So fans totally into Dom. They're singing his name.
Yeah.
Every time he gets in the ring, they cheer like crazy. They did cheer Penta over him at the end when Penta made his big comeback. But finally, he cuts him off, goes for the 619. Rusev starts storming the ringside. Dom grabs his belts. He goes running. Rusev grabs him. But Penta super kicks Rusev. And then in the ring, AJ hits JD with the Styles Clash and gets the pin. So, big win for AJ, leading to his match with Cena.
Well, I mean, he had to win.
Yep. At which point he cuts a promo about the Cena match, and he just says, Crown Jewel doesn't need a story. It writes itself. Two men will dance for the last time, and it'll kick ass. And that's his promo.
Yeah.
So there you go. If you want to see a match, everyone, that will kick ass, it's going to be AJ Styles and John Cena, which actually probably will kick ass because AJ is very good. And Cena in the babyface role has not had a bad match yet.
Yeah, he had a lot of them before.
He had a lot when he was a heel. Because he shouldn't have been a heel, and it does not bode him to work as a heel.
He had a lot of bad matches from about 20, whatever it was, when he started coming back, like the Austin Theory and all those kind of matches.
He's got 2 more matches, dude. Yeah. He's going to pull it out.
No, he's got 3 more.
3 more?
He's got 3 more, yeah.
He's got this one?
He's got this one. I think he's going to do the Salt Lake City. But he's got 1 more. And then he's got the Gunther.
We had the Usos and LA Knight versus CM Punk, or Usos versus LA Knight and CM Punk. And this match was all right. I mean, it was your usual main event. Most of its entrances, there were some commercials. And finally there at the end, Punk makes a comeback, goes for the GTS. Jimmy super kicks him. Jay hits the top rope splash. LA makes a save. Everyone's hitting big moves back and forth. And finally, Jay shoves LA off the apron. He turns around into a GTS from Punk. But then LA grabs a blind tag and steals his pin from his own partner. And Punk is upset about that. And, yeah.
I mean, they have to do probably like a...
It's another multi-person match.
Well, they could just do a thing where they do the 3-way with Punk and Jay and LA Knight, and then the winner gets the shot at Seth.
Yeah,
they could do that. They could do that too.
I mean, really, the way they've been building this up, all 3 of them should be getting a shot against Seth.
Yeah, because LA Knight making the point that he's the last one to have beaten, to have beaten Seth, and Seth's never beaten him. And Jay's story is that he never got a rematch after he lost the title. And Punk's story is that him and Seth have been feuding for the whole year. And, he just beat him at WrestlePalooza in the tag match. And, Seth, he beat Seth at the first Netflix show. And, so they all got a storyline reason for a championship match. So he can do all of them between now and WrestleMania.
So that was Raw, everybody, and we've got Perth coming up. Actually, we'll take a quick look here before we go at all of these shows. Tomorrow's head-to-head. It is NXT versus TNA with Ricky Saints, Trick Williams, Miles Bourne, and Javon Evans versus Mike Santana, Frankie Kazarian, Moose, and Leon Slater. Then we got the women's...
Joe Hendry referee.
Joe Hendry, yes. We've got Joe Hendry as special guest referee for that one. We have, for the women, JC Jane, Sol Ruka, Jada Parker, and Lula Vice against Kalani, The Inspiration, and Mara Sade with Jordan Grace as the guest referee. We got Dark State versus the Hardys, title for title. Ethan Page against Mustafa Ali. And the Dudleys will appear on the show. That's been added. Which probably, I would not be surprised if, the Hardys won the tag team titles and the Dudleys put them through tables. Because
they could easily do that.
That's going to be your build to Bound for Glory this weekend, where we will see the last great tag team match in history.
I don't know about that.
Did you know that? And then
I don't know about that.
Title Tuesday has got two title matches. Mercedes Moné faces a local wrestler from Florida, and Kyle Fletcher defends the TNT title against Kyle O'Reilly. Those are the two title matches on Title Tuesday.
Yeah.
The rest,
Kyle Fletcher, Kyle O'Reilly would probably be a hell of a match.
I'm sure will be. I saw it live.
Yeah.
Paisley talks about it to this day. The match with the two guys with the same name.
Yeah.
She remembers it vividly. Orange Cassidy versus Pac. We have Ricochet, Bishop Khan, and Toa Leona versus the Hurt Syndicate in a street fight. Brodito versus Okada and Takeshita is not a title match. It is a double jeopardy match. Anyone who wins will get a shot at the loser's title.
Yep.
That we've got, which actually, I'm trying to think about this here. I mean, what would make the most sense, although I cannot imagine pitting Takeshita right before his IWGP title win, conceivably.
I think Okada and Takeshita winning and getting a tag team title shot makes the most sense.
Well, I mean, it depends on what you're doing. I mean, if Takeshita gets pinned and thus Okada has to defend his title, he can be very upset about Takeshita for that.
Yeah,
since they're doing the.
But do you think that I don't see. We've already done Okada and Brody King, so I don't kind of see that one again. And Okada and Bandito's never been done, except this isn't the time to do it because Bandito's Ring of Honor champion.
Well, so they do.
So
Okada and Takeshita could win.
I think it's the tag title match.
I mean, if that's the case, I don't know why they didn't do the tag title match here on Title Tuesday, but whatever.
Maybe they just want to do it on the pay-per-view.
Moxley and Ishii, which should be awesome. Jurassic Express will be in action.
They're building that as a rematch of one of the great G1 matches of all time in 2019, which that really was a hell of a match. The Moxley and Ishii match from that year's G1.
And then Samoa Joe and Hangman Page will go face-to-face. This is a 2.5-hour show.
It's 4.5 hours of wrestling. It'll be interesting because, like last week, the last half hour died in the ratings. Absolutely died. They're doing it again this week. The strategy is that they know that they're going to be, look, NXT's on its night. It's gonna do more, most likely, almost for sure. But the idea is like, let's just say that there's, I don't know, man, if they split the audience with the way the ratings are going now, maybe nobody does well. But the idea is there'll be several hundred thousand people, obviously, watching NXT until 10 o'clock. And the idea is that at 10 o'clock, they can switch over and watch the last half hour of AEW. We'll see if that works. It'll actually be interesting. If they pick up in the last half hours, then it works. If they don't pick up, then it says that people who are watching NXT aren't flipping over. So that's the experiment. We'll learn something from it anyway.
All right. Well, on that note, we're going to wrap it up for today. The Wednesday show is going to be Wednesday early morning, about